students, good morning. Today we will start your environmental science of class 10, that is chapter 15, our environment. As you know, when I start any chapter, first I will give you the explanation about the chapter, and here is the chapter is our environment. So first we have to know what is the definition of environment, how we will define our environment. In simple words, we can say that the surrounding that present around us is our environment. So what type of surrounding is present around us? So the surrounding may be mountains, rivers, forest, grassland, crop field, etc., etc. Including this, we can see different type of animals, insects, birds, etc. So the first topic of this chapter is your what will happen if we add the garbage to the environment that is produced in our homes. So what type of garbage is produced in your homes? Do you know? That maybe the garbage that produced from the vegetables means vegetable peels, your plastics, polythenes, papers, etc., etc. So here we should have to understand what are these garbages. The garbages are divided into two types. One is biodegradable and another is non-biodegradable. So here biodegradable means, as you know, bio means living animals. So biodegradable means those waste or garbages which can be easily decomposed by the living organisms like your bacteria and fungi. So biodegradable waste include vegetable peels, leaf of tree, dead bodies of animals, etc. So these are biodegradable waste or garbage. Same in case of non-biodegradable means which are not decomposed by bacteria and fungi, means bacteria and fungi can't act on these waste. So they are your plastic, glass, detergents, etc. So they are biodegradable, they are non-biodegradable. So when we add garbage to the environment, biodegradable waste get degraded by the microorganisms, but non-biodegradable waste do not degraded by the microorganisms. So then what happen? Then they are deposit and blocks the drainage system. As we know, in India, maximum drainage system is open type. So due to open drainage system, they are block the drain, due to which flood like situations are come during rainy season. You must have noticed in your locality, when there is a little rainfall occurs, the roads are filled with water. So this occurs due to our careless throwing of the non-biodegradable substance. Again come towards biodegradable substance. If the substance is biodegradable, as we know, but if we throw here and there, then it start degrading, and during its degradation it produce smell in which bacteria, harmful bacteria and other viruses can grow, and they again enter into our body through water and food, due to which we fall ill during the time of rainy season. As you know, in rainy season the vectors grow very rapidly due to these waste. So first we have to manage this in a proper way, due to which we can able to protect our environment or save our environment from these waste. Let's see here again non-biodegradable substance. How can this prevented or protected from polluting the environment? Again, plastic waste when fall on soil, then it creates some chemicals due to which the soil get polluted. As well as it also kills the beneficial microorganisms that grow soil, as well as the other organisms who brings fertility or who helpful in bringing fertility in soil, they also kill them. As well as it also prevents the entry of water. Rainwater can't enter more deep into the soil due to this waste. So first we have to categorize this waste into different types, and we may recycle, reduce or reuse this waste in our homes, and we should by our or by the help of our government we can throw or we can give these garbages to the garbage collector. As you know, in different places there are three different garbage dustbins are put for keeping biodegradable, non-biodegradable and liquid waste. So in different places different type of dustbins are used for collecting different type of garbage. So let's see how these garbages are used. Here the garbage that produced due to biodegradable, this is your biodegradable waste, they can be converted into manure and they will helpful. The garbage which creates problem, if we properly handle these garbages or waste, then they may helpful us. Then how we can able it to use in a beneficial way? We can deep a hole, a large hole, and we can dig a large hole and dip this waste inside the hole and cover it by the help of soil, and after some days the biodegradable garbage get converted into manure and makes the soil fertile. So next topic is your ecosystem. Ecosystem, what are its components? Let's see what is ecosystem. Ecosystem. Eco means environment. System means when many particular systems work together or many particular activities take place in a particular area, that is ecosystem. Ecosystem is a part of environment. Although they are same in meaning, but ecosystem is a part of environment, and this is consists of both biotic and abiotic. Biotic and abiotic substance. Biotic means living substance and abiotic means non-living substance. In biotic or in living substance we can see birds, animals, insects, microorganisms, etc., etc., including the plants, starting from small plants to large plants, creepers, climbers, etc., etc., and in non-living soil, mountain, a river, etc., etc. So these are constitute our ecosystem. So they have, as we know, any ecosystem is incomplete without a food chain or a food web. So here we should have to understand food chain and food web, but before it we have to know how the organisms present in the ecosystem interact with each other. Let's see it through an example. Suppose here pond as an example of ecosystem. Pond as an example of ecosystem. If we consider pond as an example of ecosystem, ponds contains both living and non-living substances or organisms, like your in pond phytoplanktons are found, which is called small plants, phytoplankton, sorry, it's phytoplanktons. Then zooplanktons means small insects, zooplankton. Then small fish and large fish. So they all interdependent on each other for their food habit. So they form trophic levels. On the basis of their taking food, they form trophic levels. So what are these trophic levels and which organisms acquire different trophic levels in the ecosystem? We can see it. So here the trophic levels are categorized as, this is your first trophic level, first, second, third, fourth, and so on. In first trophic level, all producers are kept. Producer. Then in second, third, and fourth trophic levels, there are consumers are kept. Consumers. Producers, those who produce, like your green plants, and consumers, those who consume or those who depend on producers for their food directly or indirectly. Again, consumers are divided into three different types on the basis of their food habit, like herbivorous, then your carnivorous and omnivorous. So what are herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous? You already studying about these topics from first to second class. First, second class, you are using to study about these. Herbivorous, those who eat herbs. Carnivorous, those who eat meat. And omnivorous, those who eat both herbs as well as meat. So how they are placed in trophic level, we can see producer acquires the first trophic level. Here producer. Second trophic level is acquired by the primary consumer. Again, consumer is, as I told you, primary, secondary, tertiary. In primary, this is primary, this is secondary, and this is tertiary. So producers acquire the first trophic level, then herbivorous or primary consumer, then secondary consumer, and then tertiary consumer. In this way, they make a pyramid. Here we can place producer, here primary consumer, here secondary consumer, and here tertiary consumer. So this is first trophic level, this is second trophic level, this is third trophic level, and this is your fourth trophic level. As I have told you, producers acquire the first trophic level. So in producers, we see that tree or plants will come. Next, primary consumers means who directly depend on producers, so they are herbivorous. So here herbivorous acquire the second trophic level. Then carnivorous, those who eat meat and flesh, carnivorous acquire tertiary trophic level or third trophic level. This is your next. Fourth trophic level is acquired by the tertiary consumer. They are omnivorous. So here we can see trees in herbivorous. The herb-eating animals like cow, goat, deer, rabbit, etc. come. In carnivorous, tiger, then your bear, lion, etc. come. Frog also come when we will study about different ecosystems. Then we will see how they are depend on each other. Next, omnivorous, like human beings, crow, etc. Human beings completely omnivorous as they take both herbs, herb products, and animals and animal products as food. So we will proceed the chapter in our next class.